It's a common misconception that you have to increase your load to make the exercise more difficult or to progressively overload a movement, which isn't necessarily true. What you can do is you can increase the intensity of an exercise without changing the load. So for example, with a dumbbell deadlift is a great exercise to hit your posterior chain, so hamstrings, glutes, and lower back. However, if I want to increase the stability component of it and increase more of a unilateral focus, I can go into a B stance dumbbell deadlift or a staggered stance dumbbell deadlift. So what I'll do is I'll switch into a B stance with one leg staggered in front of the other, and I'll keep my front leg straight. And what this is going to do is this is going to emphasize that front leg hamstring a little more than I would do with a traditional dumbbell deadlift. Now, if I want to increase the stability component of this exercise, I can go ahead and do a single leg dumbbell deadlift. This is going to be a lot of a stability component in your hip, knee, and ankle, and you're going to have to focus a lot more on stabilizing through your core as well, which means instead of changing the load, I've increased the stability component of this exercise without making it a change in load. Now let's look at another exercise. So the dumbbell shoulder press. The dumbbell shoulder press, great exercise for hitting your shoulders and your triceps. And what you're typically going to do is you're going to have back support with a bench. However, if I take that back support away, I increase the stability component and the core engagement that I need to utilize and keep myself in thoracic extension while I'm pressing. Which means, one, normally you aren't able to use as much weight, but your core also has to be a lot more engaged and a lot more intently focused when you're doing that exercise. Alternatively, what you can also do is you can do an eccentric dumbbell shoulder press. So pressing up and coming really, really slow on the way down and really feeling that time under tension on your deltoids. That intensity and change in time under tension through your tempo is actually a really great way to make an exercise more difficult without changing the load. Now, let's say, for example, we're looking at a dumbbell bench press, another really great exercise for hitting your chest, shoulders, and triceps. Dumbbell bench press, traditionally you're laying flat on a bench. However, what I can also do is I can increase the time under tension by alternating one at a time. So I start with both dumbbells up at the same time and bring one dumbbell down at a time. And so I'm really having to keep my chest, shoulders, and triceps engaged the entire time while I'm holding at the top, while I'm also using that other opposite arm to go through the movement. Alternatively, you can also increase the stability component and core engagement by just using a single dumbbell and doing a single-arm dumbbell bench press, which is going to throw your center of gravity off, and you're really going to have to use your legs and your core to stabilize and keep your torso and your body from tipping over. So changing your load is not the only way you can increase the intensity of an exercise, and it's important to realize that you can make an exercise more difficult and change the components of an exercise to ultimately make sure that you're challenging your body under very different loads and a lot of different components as well.